Hey, Angie Fenimore here, and this is Phat Chat with my writing coach. So, when people decide that something is true, what they're actually looking from is their context for truth. Their context, which is like what they see and experience. And we each have our own views. We all have, independent of each other, experiences. You can have, like for example, when there's a car accident and the police are interviewing everybody who witnessed it, or a robbery, stories don't match because different people see different things and they experience it differently, right? So like when you, there's the joke, ask a fish, how's the water? And what does the fish say? What water? It's just the water that the fish swims in. It becomes invisible. So it's the same thing for a context. So, when we say, a truth is obvious or self-evident, that's actually not the case. A truth is determined by the experience of the person experiencing it. Okay. So here's an example is, I had an experience of my stepmother, like she was mean and she hated me. She was a horrible human being. Well, that was not her experience of, trying to parent me. Her experience was more in the world of she didn't know how to deal with this kid who wouldn't accept her, right? She had the experience of being overwhelmed. She had the experience of being in over her head by a lot. She also had the experience that her husband, and she, believed that she should come first, that her husband actually cared more about his girls than he did his wife. Okay, so we had two different experiences entirely, which is true. Well, there's one that's true for me and then there's one that's true for her. So as a writer, one of the most important things that you can do is actually get into the experience of your characters and realize and write from that no two people are going to experience the same identical circumstances. The same. We're just not. And, when you're creating that arc for your characters, those characters have to change. Something has to happen. And then we see how their experience actually colors, informs the truths that those characters operate from. So there you go. So instead of being the fish, like, how is the water? Actually examine the water. Actually examine the air that you breathe. Examine what your characters experience and experience it from their point of view rather than yours, right? This is how you remove the writer from the experience for the reader, is that the characters actually have their own expression, their own lives, right? Okay, so you got to let go of and allow your characters to develop and become who they would uniquely be. All right, there you go. So I'm just going to leave you with a really simple challenge. It's going to just be right AF. Right. Just right AF. Ciao for now.